My book review and reflection will focus on Dr. Temple Grandin's Animals Make Us Human, Creating the Best Life for Animals. Dr. Grandin is a professor of animal science at Colorado State University, where she teaches courses on livestock behavior and facility design. Drawing from her numerous hours of research, as well as her personal experiences and challenges in life, she has addressed in depth the significance of animal behavior. Dr. Grandin is known for her design of livestock handling facilities, as well as her development of an ejector scoring system assessing handling of cattle and pigs and meat plants. Perhaps her greatest accomplishment would be overcoming the label of autistic in order to become the most proficient and well-known adult with autism in the world. Animals Make Us Human explores how animals need to live a good life in order to be happy. Since animals lack the ability to speak, a conclusion to their happiness can be based upon their behavior. An overview of the blue ribbon emotions founded by neuroscientist Jack Panksepp describes how specific predictable behaviors are carried out. These core emotions are seeking, which is the basic impulse to search, investigate, and make sense of the environment. Rage, which involves the experience of being captured and held immobile by a predator. Fear, when survival is threatened. And panic, when social attachments are upset or lost. Three other emotions that were also addressed, but less in depth, are lust, care, and play. These 7 emotions explain why some environments are good and why some are bad for animals. Grandin also speaks of her personal research and talks about stereotypes, which are abnormal behaviors that are repeated. These stereotypes are copying mechanisms for animals that live in difficult environments. These behaviors also indicate change in environment. Grandin further explains the importance of stimulating rage, fear, and panic, if at all possible, and encourages the stimulation of seeking and play. The mental health of an animal is often highly dependent on its environment. She then dedicates a chapter to each primary group of animals that humans have domesticated or brought into close human contact and makes the blue ribbon emotions applicable to each. With my passion being in the cattle industry, I particularly enjoyed the chapter Grandin dedicated to cows. She advocates throughout the chapter the importance of quiet handling and the importance of respecting their flight zone. Having cattle of my own, I support her efforts in how essential this is when moving cattle. I did learn in an association of the blue ribbon emotions, and rightly so, that close inspection of cattle activates both the fear system and restraining activated rage behaviors. I was also intrigued by the panic weaning causes in cattle. Although I practiced fence line weaning, which made me feel good about after reading this book, that I was doing something correctly, I did find the 2-step weaning process very interesting, and I would like to experiment with it on my farm. Her claim in grouping cattle seemed reasonable, and I will definitely keep it in mind. The seeking concept in regards to halter breaking and joy cattle experience from learning new things. I likewise found the research she commented on in regards to defecation scoring as a measure of fear, stress interesting, and will acknowledge how I see improvements in this regard to things I may try in the future that learned in this book on my farm. With my career goals in the livestock industry, I believe I can take away concepts that Grandin presented through the book and use them to my advantage. One such observation that I am anxious to try in the near future will be covering the size of our cattle chute in an effort to make restraining less invasive experience for my cattle. I too would like to be an advocate for preventing rough handling to see the need for constant measurement and enforcement to ensure it doesn't happen. I personally found Grandin's work in Animals Make Us Human to be a very interesting read and can appreciate the practical applications she presents. I thought her idea of bad becoming normal speaks volumes about the animal behavior practices, but is even more applicable to the world in general today. As Grandin says, nature is cruel, but we don't have to be. My personal interest in Grandin allowed me to do a little research on her personally, so today I would like to share 2 quotes from which I found inspirational and applied and how I would like to live my life. And I quote, I get satisfaction out of seeing stuff that makes real change in the real world. We need a lot more of it and a lot less abstract stuff. And perhaps my favorite, I don't want my thoughts to die with me. I want to have done something. I am not interested in power or piles of money. I want to leave something behind. I want to make a positive contribution, knowing that my life has meaning.